at the Pee Wee level. So this year's Rose City rivalry was all about Tyler legacy, and rightfully so. Back to y'all.
Damian, thank you so much for that update. And like he was saying, I mean, both of us expected that to be a pretty close game.
Yeah, well, I think a big part of it is kind of, I hate to toot my own horn here, but the big men up front. I mean, I said it before in the pregame show that that's going to be a big-time factor in this game. And if you look at it, Kaysen had all the time in the world to make any throw that he wanted. He was looking left, right. He could have walked around in that pocket, you know?
Yeah.
And it looks like that one made a big-time difference in there, and can't give someone that much time to toss the ball.
He was executing, though. He was making the passes. He looked really good after looking really good in week one. Let's check out another game here, Longview Marshall, as we take a look down Longview sideline. Lots of familiar faces, but for the first time in a long time, no John King. Lobos offense goes to work first. Here's Johnny Hamilton hitting Jaden Herndon on a quick pass as the sophomore picks up a first down and a little bit more. Later on, Longview is going to go for it on 4th and 2. Hamilton looks to his left. He's looking for Jaden Washington, but that pass is broken up by Blanton Hale, and that's a turnover on downs, and Marshall immediately takes advantage. Designed run here for the Mavericks QB Alton Henderson as he bursts free before eventually being sent out of bounds around the 5-yard line. A huge pickup for Marshall, and Henderson is fired up about it. Mavericks at the Lobos doorstep now, and they'll bust right through. Henderson floats it up for Russell Crawford, and what a catch from the 6'5 senior. Mavericks get on the board first. They lead it 7-0 in the first quarter. Early into the second quarter now, Longview trying to punch back. Handoff here to Caden Graves, but he meets the Marshall wall. The ball's knocked loose. Mavericks Jordan Decker jumps on it. We're going the other way. Still 7-0 Marshall early here in the second quarter. Let's see where we're at right now, though. And there you go. The Lobos answered back in a big way. So after a scoreless first quarter, they're up 20-7 now. Looks like they're in the fourth quarter there, trying to wrap it up.
Slow start last week, slow start this week.
Yeah.
That might be something to look out for those Lobos. Looks like they always persist through, though. Hey, take me to the house of Mahomes built. 5A Wildcats, 4A Kilgore Bulldogs, in front of DeMarvion Overshown. Man, nobody comes home more than that guy. Literally the first play I saw, though, Kaysen Brooks heaving it downfield. There's no one within 5 yards of JT Johnigan. This one made it 27-0, soon to be 28. Then Whitehouse, JoJo Adams, getting a little shifty with it, squeaking by the pile, hitting the cross over the lines. He'll eventually get pushed out of bounds. Not a ton from the offense, but that was just about it. Kilgore getting back on offense. Decided to give their defense a rest. Started to hand this one off on the jet motion to the Kyrian White. Makes one man miss. Look at that. See ya. Then it's a how many Wildcats can I carry for going down? Turns out all of them.
All of them.
Very next play, Brooks goes back to White, who's going to find his way into the maroon. Bad night to be a Wildcat, let me tell you. And if you want a representation of it, check out this next play. JoJo jump paps like Tebow, gets it up to Jackson Gary the flat, then boom! Ooh. Flying zero coming at you. Let me see that score, because it was getting ugly.
Oh boy.
Kilgore 42. Whitehouse finally getting on the board there in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Kilgore looking for some revenge after that week 1 loss. They say we're not a losing team here,
Taking
folks.
it out on a big time 4A school.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we're going to switch gears to Mallflower Field, home of the Vandals, taking on the Pine Tree Pirates. Starting in the first quarter after a Van 3 and out. Good stop for the Pirates. Pine Tree quarterback Colton Croft rocking the 31, throws a dart to Rashad Wofford, who immediately sheds a tackle, picks up the first down, and gets brought down in Vandals territory. That's going to set up a handoff to Roger Attaway, who takes it up the middle, jukes one defender, and he's going to have an open lane into the end zone. He'll go untouched to put the Pirates up 7. Attaway, attaboy. 7-0 Pine Tree. Following drive, Van quarterback Raleigh Hinch fakes the give. He's going to take it himself. Moves to the sideline just out of the reach of a defender. Still on his feet, and then boom, gets leveled by Boston Johnson. But Hinch gets right back up. That's a first down. Same drive. Hinch and shotgun. Gets the snap and takes it himself. He's going to change directions and get men at the goal line, but spins his way in to put Van on the board to tie it up 7-7. We're going back and forth, folks. Let's check out where this game's at. And this one wrapped up. Van, all right, man. Pine Tree 0-2 to start the year.
Those are two good teams, though. Pine Tree's put up a good fight in both of these games. Van's just a good team, though. I mean, you play Gilmer and Van. That's a tough start to your season.
That's a tough start.
There's a long season to go, though. I wouldn't hang my head if I was a Pirate. Out to Jack V. Murphy Stadium, home of the Gladewater Bears, the 1-0 Gladewater Bears. New Diana Eagles. Take me out there for the gridiron battle. We got to pick up this game in the second quarter. New Diana's quarterback's going to go over the middle, just scrambling around a little bit. A few plays later, Johnson He's going to drop back. This time, he's going to get swarmed by theirs. That's a lot of black shirts. He's going to get sacked by Jacoby Crosby. Eagles are resilient, though. Johnson, again, looking to pass. This time, he finds one man, Zion Grant, over the middle, picks up the first down inside the 20. That drive stalls, though. Gladewater takes over, and quarterback Achilles Hess fits the hand on the sweep on the right side. Going to go 18 yards up before getting stopped. Not really brought. A few plays later, Hess takes a low snap, tosses it to Aubrey Floyd, makes a couple nice moves, takes it from 25 yards out. Extra point's going to be good. Gladewater 14, New Diana 7 at the half. Interesting matchup there. Whoa!
Wow.
What's going on in New Diana, man?
Are the Gladewater Bears back?
Gladewater Bears look really good, especially after their win last week. And New Diana, when you start hitting the worry button.
Well, we'll see. All right, folks, we got to take a quick break and check on some of your late news headlines. Here's Ayanna Aird.
The defense has now rested its case in the murder trial of Scotty Goble, the man accused of killing Tyler businessman Eddie Ramirez last October. Today, jurors heard from Goble's son, Devin, who testified his father was knocked to the ground before pulling a gun and shooting Ramirez. The defense also questioned a witness about an audio recording that appeared to show a baby was left near the door during the fight. The witness said he didn't recall making that statement and suggested the recording may have been edited. Both sides have now closed. Closing arguments are set for Monday morning. The future of East Texas water rights sparked a fiery showdown at the state capitol. On the final day of the special session Thursday, State Representative Cody Harris refused to accept a Senate amendment to House Bill 27. That amendment stripped out a 2-year moratorium designed to protect landowners from large-scale water deals. Harris said that without that protection, the bill is worthless. His decision not to concur likely means the measure is now dead, but he says it was the right move to send a clear message to lawmakers in Austin.
I know others, including the Trinity River Authority, are also conducting independent studies. We will have science on this aquifer in the coming months. Mr. Speaker, I refuse to concur in Senate amendments and request appointment of a conference committee.
Harris says he's already working with Governor Greg Abbott and the Texas Water Development Board to launch a full aquifer study. He also plans to hold interim hearings as chairman of the House Natural Resources Committee, vowing to keep fighting for East Texans. Well, that's all for your late news headlines. I'm Ayanna Aird.
Thank you so very much, Ayanna. Jimmy, going back to that New Diana Gladewater game, we were talking about it. Same QB for New Diana last year when they had that great year in DeJuan Johnson, but so far, obviously, things just aren't clicking.
Shows you how much a coach matters. You know, they had that new coach come in after I'm blanking on his name, left the program for another one.
Jason Pitts.
Yes, Pitts. He went out west. He went out to a whole other program way on the other side of the state. And they're just kind of scrambling for maybe to find and understand this new offense, new defense, everything on all facets of the game. And, you know, there's going to be some growing pains there. It looks like apparently it's not going to be a smooth, exact transition.
We'll see how things unfold next week. But for now, we got to send things to a break. Jimmy, when we come back out, we're talking your player of the week, bro.
Ooh, it's a good one, I promise.
It's a good one, folks. Stick around. Hello, everybody. Welcome back into Under the Lights. Dan Millay and Jimmy Searfoss with y'all. Let's talk Player of the Week. Down in Palestine at Westwood High School, the #1 quarterback in the state of Texas just put up video game numbers in the Panthers season opener.
Yeah, one coach said Kavion Bryant looks like a little bit of Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes, with just a little bit of Jalen Daniels mixed in there too. That same coach also calls him son. That's why he's our Week 2 East Texas Professional Credit Union Player of the Week.
CBS19 Sports Player of the Week, sponsored by East Texas Professional Credit Union.
Being number 4 means being number 1. Number 1 on the depth chart. Number 1 on the stat sheet. Number 1 in the state of Texas. Kavion Bryant handled that pressure in Week 1 to the tune of 4 touchdowns, 469 passing yards, and 89 rushing yards. That's a total of 558 total yards of offense.
It felt great to come out here, get my goal, what I wanted to do, accomplish it, and got the win.
And the coaching staffs know exactly how to scheme up a winning offense for him, especially because some of them have been coaching him since birth.
It's such a surreal moment. We try to talk about balance and figure out what balance looks like as a family, but I think the boys do a great job with that. Stack days and consistency together, and it's just been a fun time that we're having as a family.
Oh, did I mention his freshman brother Caden is on the team too? He's already one of his brother's favorite targets on varsity. In fact, there's Bryant's all up and down Westwood school system. The mom is the head basketball coach for the girls team. They got a younger brother named Kobe Bryant in middle school, not to mention a nephew Bryant also in 7th grade. And with so much success across all of their athletes, the whole family operates under one word.
Just staying humble and continue to work.
And to remain humble, keep your head down, and continue to work, and good things will continue to happen for you.
So this ain't the first time a Bryant has racked up video game numbers in a Westwood uniform. And it ain't gonna be the last. Not for a long, long time. Oh yeah, babe. Now give me that score from that game tonight. Palestine Westwood 42, San Augustine 28. I'm willing to put money, not really, on that my man Mr. Bryant was a big part of that win over San Augustine.
I would bet with you on that. All right, but we're going to head to ARP America, that is. Don't get it twisted with ARP Europe. All right. Where the Tigers hosted the Garrison Bulldogs. Home opener for ARP tonight, by the way. Strong defense for both teams at the start of the first quarter. ARP's Zane Bork with a handoff to Josh Smith, and he takes off with it. Jordan Shepard trying to take him down, but not enough. Tigers up 7-0 after that play. Bulldogs on the action now. Riley McGuire to Caden Renault, but he fumbles it. Tigers fetch the ball from the Bulldogs. Usually dogs do the fetching, but in this case it was the big cats. Bork scanning the field out with the ball. Ronnie Jernigan tries to intercept it, and where's the ball now? None other than in the hands of Kaysen Bergens. That's another ARP tutty. Tigers go for the extra point here, but they say, never mind, we're going to go for 2, actually. Bork taken out on the sideline, though, so unsuccessful with that attempt. Bulldogs now with McGuire zipping this ball to Jernigan, but Jernigan thinks it's a hot potato. That thing is hot. But he's okay, refs say incomplete catch, and that's the end of the first quarter. Let's check on the score in that one.
Whoa.
Wow. All right, so what did ARP win? 49-0 in week 1, I want to say, and they win this one 44-9.
All right,
in week
ARP's
2.
Showing signs of legitness. That's legit.
That's legitness.
All right, that's a good win. Over a top 15 win. Let's go to the Tomato Bowl. Jacksonville, Brownsboro, starting in the second half. Give me Adam Thompson. Struggles to find his man here. He's going to eventually find Braden Pinnell.
He's moving.
In a minute, downfield deep for a Bears first down. Look at him go before he gets dragged out right by the sidelines. In the Tomato Bowl, good place. Jacksonville here. Ben Bolton hands it off to Alex Polk, stays on his feet, but met with Gabriel Hendricks and knocked out of bounds there. Hey, these two teams are sharing the same colors.
It's hard.
That's a tough
Classic
matchup.
color schemes.
Ben Bolton, he's going to keep the ball here. Zigzag, zigzag. Oh, go left, go right. There he goes. He's like running into someone in the hallway. He's going in the same direction. All right, here it is. This goes Bubba Suarez Mosley, but he's getting tripped up by the Bears here. get the replay going. A nice big forward there over the Jacksonville screen. And all right, let's get to the final score. 34. Jacksonville 27. Brownsboro wins the battle of blue and yellow. Jacksonville, though, it's a close game.
It was a close game. I think they're only in the third quarter as well.
Yeah. I didn't even see it. I didn't see it.
Only down by a touchdown.
Hey, they're still in. A lot of game left there.
There you go. All right, let's find out what the weather is going to look like for this weekend and beyond with Chief Meteorologist Brett Anthony.
Hi, East Texas. Glad we got the football games in tonight. Marginal risk of severe weather overnight, meaning we could find ourselves with some isolated severe wind gusts. Main timeline on that would likely be closer to daybreak on Saturday. Morning storms possible. Certainly need the umbrella CBS19 app to monitor the storms. Here we go with Future Skycast. Look at the thunderstorms that erupt here as we get closer to 5:30. We get closer to the noon hour. The showers begin to taper. The front's pushing into South Texas at that time. North winds are taking over, and we are looking at a fantastic Sunday. Waking up in the morning with temperatures in the mid-60s, afternoon highs, low 80s, but lots and lots of sunshine and lower humidity. And Monday morning, potential lows in the 50s. Here's your Baylor Scott & White Texas Spine Joint Hospital 10-day forecast, so a weather impact alert for Saturday with a 70% chance of rain. Beautiful weather here by Sunday afternoon, 82. Gorgeous Monday, 83, 85 by Tuesday. Have a great weekend, everyone.
That's the GOAT right there, folks. Thank you very much, Chief Meteorologist Brett Anthony.
Oh, he's the best.
But everybody, we got to take another quick break here. When we come back, though, we've got 4 more tremendous football games for y'all. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Good people of East Texas, under the lights here on CBS19 with Dan Millay and Jimmy Sierfoss. We're so glad that y'all stuck around with us tonight. And I mean, why wouldn't you? It's just been a tremendous slate of games, Jimmy. But I almost said the cliche you hate, actually. So you know.
That's why they call it Beast Texas.
They call it Beast Texas for a reason. There it is. It's out there now. It's out there now.
We say it every time. We say it every time.
We say it a lot. Yeah, what are you gonna do? Jimmy, what we got? Art, Edgewood. I can't speak.
No,
Edgewood and Troop.
Edgewood and Troop, man. Let's get out to Troop, baby. Where the Tigers hosted Edgewood tonight in a very back and forth ball game. Starting in the second half, Edgewood leading by 7. Trevor Godley throwing it out to Treston Turner. Tigers trying to stop it. Boom! Big hit. Turner stays on his feet, turns upfield, open field for him. How about that cliche for you?
Yeah, I like that one.
I know you don't like that one. Troop receiving the kick right after that. A lot of green grass ahead of him, yeah. Ball goes up, lands in the hands of Logan Chambers, and he sneaks out all the way to open field, making a return for it. Looks back, makes sure there's no one behind him, and there isn't. Troop says, I can do that too. Troop Tigers scoring back and forth. Tigers with the ball again, and a little sneaky here. Cameron Hawley even confusing our cameraman. He gets out ahead of the pack and into the end zone. Tigers going for the extra point afterwards. Ball goes short. It's intercepted by Tony Smith. He makes a run for it, being knocked out of bounds. You know what he saw, Dan? Saw a lot of green grass ahead of them.
I can see it.
Let me see the score. 35-47. That game's still going on. Troop holding on to a lead there before the end of the ball game.
The Tigers, the ARC Tigers, the Troop Tigers. Hot. Brook Hill hosting Frisco Legacy here in Bullard. Okay, Warrior Bowl. Picking up in the second quarter, Zachary Ryle fakes a handoff and gets sacked by Aiden Riley, putting Brook Hill in a tough position. Zachary hands it off to Paul-Antoine Lapointe, where he pushed his way, Lapointe, where he pushes through the tight gap, but gets knocked down by Jackson Keelblock for a first down. Here's Zachary Ryle once again. He finds Cole Schluter deep down the field, completes the pass for another Brook Hill first down. Move the chains, baby, move the chains. Do a little kick, move the chains. Frisco Legacy now, they're going to throw it deep. You got to trust me here. They're going to throw it deep. It's going to happen. There we go. And Brennan Bay said, watch this. He catches it downtown, which set up the 1-yard touchdown play just right after that. And I'm sure that was tremendous. Brook Hill with this one. Now watch this. Zachary Ryle scouting the field and finds Cole Schluter for a good catch on the 1-yard line. It's 14-14 at halftime after that. And let's see where we're at right now. Okay, Legacy Christian takes down Brook Hill, if you'll remember. Brook Hill broke into our small school Fab 15. We talked about that earlier, but they go down tonight, losing to Legacy Christian 30-28.
Hey, Frisco, a lot of good football out there. I hear a lot of great people out there as well. I'm from Frisco.
Yeah, no, I've heard other things.
I don't know. Hey, that whole small school, Fab 15, a lot of mixing up there. ARP started a little bit lower on them.
I bet they jump again.
Oh, after a big win over Garrison.
15. They didn't even really crack in there.
Oh, my God. They're about to jump. I wouldn't be surprised. Top 10, possibly top 8. We might have to go take a visit out to ARP. You know, I was a little surprised. You know, I went over to the Kilgore game and DeMarvion Overshown was there. I thought he was going to be at the ARP game.
We were talking all week, like, is DeMarvion going to be at ARP? We figured if he was going to be anywhere, but at the same time, the Dallas Cowboys were obviously in Philly just last night, so we were like, nah,
you want to talk about a quick turnaround? This guy.
Seriously, I mean,
hops off the plane.
This guy loves East Texas.
There was a lightning delay. There's a lightning delay in that game. Goes even later.
Oh, yeah.
He's good.
He caught the red eye. He
doesn't
caught the
matter.
red eye to, what's the other one that's not DFW?
Love Field.
Love Field.
To
That's
Love Field.
All right, folks, we're going to take another quick break here, but don't go anywhere because after this, we're going to celebrate last week's top plays. And, of course, don't go anywhere after that because we're streaming on CBS19 Plus from 10:30 to 11, so stick with us.
Welcome back to Under the Lights. I'm here with Big Dog Dan Malay. Actually, we just got a script in, so let's go out to Lindale. We got a big one coming up for you right here Under the Lights. Maybank taking on Lindale. Tigers really impressed me, or Lindale Eagles really impressed me after their win over Hallsville. Mount Pleasant's going to drop back here. Going to take it upfield, shed a few tackles.
Makes the camera guy.
Down in the Lindale Eagles. How about that? Same drive. Mako gonna hand it off again. Swings it outside. A lot of room to run. It's brought down inside Eagle territory. Almost taking out our cameraman. Watch out, Robert.
Watch out.
Next play. Next quarterback Carter Cook. Eventually, the next play, quarterback Carter Cook looks to pass, but he's gonna use his legs here after getting some pressures, finding a hole, trying to outrun another defender. Going to go ahead and take a business decision here. Sliding in. Still in the third, fourth down. Tony Grant gets stopped big time here. Lowers the shoulder. Mount Pleasant has to settle for a field goal on that one. Mount Pleasant, tight. That's a close one against Lindale. Lindale's got a really good defense. He got a really good run defense. That's what you saw laying the hammer there. Caleb, I'm blanking on his last name. Caleb Walker, Bug Walker, committed to Houston. Big part of that defense. That's a good defense.
Absolutely. And like I said before, we're about to switch things over to CBS19 Plus. We got some more great stuff in store for y'all, including this week's top plays. But before we look at this week, we got to look back at the magic we got from week one's top plays. We got to remember where we came from, folks. We're going to send things out. This was a Henderson-Athens highlight. David Richardson with the play action. Looks like he's going to throw it, but takes it himself instead. Sheds a tackle, nearly bumps into his own teammate, but finds the end zone for an Athens tutty.
Hey, Bullard's Cole Johnson caught the kick from Maybank. Look at the zig. Look at the zag around the Panthers. Going from one end of the field to the other. The longest run back possible.
I'm out of breath just watching this.
Eventually, he's going to get out of bounds here. Eventually, poor kid, he probably needed it.
He needed the entire,
I didn't want the end zone. Give me a
had to
breath.
take him down there. And this was my first top play from last week, Chapel Hill. How about the very first touchdown I saw of the season? Malik G finds DeMarcion Blaylock as the senior tiptoes to keep his feet in bounds. A stellar job there. Made that look a lot easier than it was. And of course, this was just part of a Chapel Hill onslaught. They roughed up Jasper last week.
Didn't allow a point to Jasper, right?
No, I think you're right. Jasper had a bad time.
Jasper had a rough time. That was a long ride.
I was going to bring the uniforms back up, but I know.
Yeah, I think later on we're going to have that Chapel Hill game against Gilmer. I'm really excited to see the score of that one. I've been hiding it. I've been hiding it from myself. I don't want to see it. I want to see it live on air.
Yeah, and I know you all want to see it too, so stick with us over on CBS 19 Plus. We got a whole other half hour of this coming up. Stay with us. East Texas, and welcome back into Under the Lights Late Night Edition. I'm Dan Millay, joined by Jimmy Searfoss. 2 bumps, because this is the second show of the night. Folks, we got to talk the Rose City rivalry, because y'all saw the highlights before. Hopefully you saw the highlights before. Hopefully you've been tuning in this whole time. If not,
but if you need a reminder,
you messed up. Yeah. If you need a reminder, here we go. We're going to our game of the week. The 2025 edition of the Rose City rivalry went down, and boy, this was as close as the Lions got to the Red Raiders' them meeting before the game. That's a good line, David. Very good. First drive for Tyler Legacy. Casey Gray Jr. drops back and hits the electric TK Brown on the slant, and Brown checks into the touchdown hotel. 7-0 Red Raiders. After a Lions 3-and-out, Legacy's Pearl Jackson, looking more like Bo Jackson, takes the hit inside the zone to the crib. It's 14-0 Legacy now. Legacy driving again. Gray with the full field read and finds TK Brown on the crosser. That's just a long handoff, folks. Tutty, once again, they're on repeat at this point. 20-zip Red Raiders, and if this were Madden, the Lions would be 1 point away from passing the sticks. Jimmy, I don't play Madden. You get that? I don't know. And on this next drive, they would have had to do Red Raiders with a quick quarterback change. Von Lane fakes the jet sweep and the first level parts like Moses did the Red Sea. Touchdown Legacy, and this one starting to get ugly. It's 27-0. Right before the end of the first half, these Red Raiders start playing with their food. Gray finds TK on the post, and that extends their lead 33-0 in what was one of the most one-sided first halves in this Rose City rivalry we have ever seen. And the second half was a little better, but in the end, Tyler Legacy rolls on to a 48-21 victory. But I hear that Damian Bartonic met up with some Legacy players post-game.
That TK Brown, man, that's a big-time receiver. Filling in for Zabrian Hood. Remember him? Last year, he ran some very similar plays in some very similar times in that Rose City rivalry. I remember seeing it right over the middle. He hit him again. There was a clip from TK Brown that was just like that you read off. Hey, let's see it.
Damian Bartonic here with none other than my guy TK Brown. Hey, they call you TK. They should call you TD. He had 3 of them things today, man. Tell me a little bit about that, bro. How good did that feel, 3 of them jokers?
Man, it feels good to come out here and put on y'all a little show and show y'all what I'm capable of and what I can do. Yeah.
Hey, well, not only that, you told me earlier in the week you guys are going to show this Tyler team what y'all are capable of, what y'all are going to do. Hey, statement made, 48-21. What does this say about your football team?
Hey, we done came together. We came together and figured out what we supposed to do to win games, you know. Like me and Casey, chemistry was off, like I said last time in the last interview, but yeah, me and Casey done picked it right back up. Hey, and came out here and put on y'all a show.
Hey, well, last week y'all went 6 for 130 in a tub. This week y'all went, I wouldn't be surprised if it's 200 in 3 tubs, right? What does that say about your young signal caller? Man, he's a sophomore. He was making full field reads out there. What does that say about your quarterback?
Hey, he's very smart. That's one thing I can say about Casey. He came in, learned the plays on the snap, reading the defense. I already know what he was doing. Like the first play of the game, told me to run whatever. See, he seen it, so called it and scored. So, yeah.
Absolutely, bro. 2 more for you, and then I'll get out of your hair. Obviously, this is the start of something what could be very, very special for y'all. You guys told me that earlier in the week. How much does this help your guys' confidence? As we're still early in the year, how much does this help your confidence, though?
A lot. It help our confidence a lot. This finna keep us pushing, so we try to make it to state of playoff.
And my last one for you. I was there at practice. I saw you guys dancing that NBA Youngboy. What's that first Youngboy song gonna be? What's it gonna do to y'all's body, man, when y'all heard that first Youngboy song?
Shoot, a lot. It's gonna have us jumping, have us energized, ready to play, you know? Yeah.
Hey, man, I appreciate it again, my friend. And congratulations on a fantastic performance. And with that said, I'll send it back to y'all in studio.
Thank you, big dog Damian.
Yeah, that's great.
Good
That's
stuff.
Awesome.
Hey, man, that offense, we were wondering, you know, when the first Fat 15 poll came in, Tyler Legacy snuck in at 15, and we were like, all right, we'll see. But hey.
Impressed against Texas High.
2 games back-to-back, scoring over 40 points. I think it was over 45 points. I'm pretty sure they neared 50 there against Texas High last week. And they stopped that Tyler High offense, held them to 21 points.
And they were over 40 last week.
And they had over 40 points themselves last week. Tyler Legacy, that's It's something to watch out
They're
for.
cooking. Damian said it. They're cooking something special.
They're cooking up something special down there. Hey, we took out to White House earlier today, though. The house that Mahomes built. You know, the 5A Wildcats, the 4A Kilgore Bulldogs, in front of DeMarvion Overshown. Familiar with all of them. Come on, give me the first play of the game that I saw when I got there. Kaysen Brooks finding JT Johnigan. No one was even close to him. That made it 27-0. White House got the ball on offense. JoJo Adams sneaking by a few people there. Eventually gets pushed out of bounds after a pretty big pickup. As far as I'm concerned, that was one of the biggest plays of the night for White House. Kilgore wanted to give the defense a rest. I mean, their defense a rest, so they decided to run the ball to Kieran White. Whoa! Hi, bye! Then how many people can he carry before going pulled down there? A lot of them. Very next play, Brooks goes back to White, who's going to strut his stuff and find some room in the end zone. Very bad day to be a Wildcat. And if you want to see a representation of it, how about this? JoJo going out. Look at Tebow-esque with the jump pass. Finds Jackson Gary. Then flying zero, coming at you. Let me see the score. Is that one over now? It is. Kilgore, Mercy. Mercy is that final score. 49-14 over the White House Wildcats.
Let's take it back to our Under the Lights kickoff show sight game as we look down Longview sideline. Lots of familiar faces, but for the first time in a long time, no John King. Lobos offense goes to work first. Here's Johnny Hamilton hitting Jaden Herndon on a quick pass as the sophomore picks up a first down, a little bit more. Later on, Longview is going to go for it on 4th and 2. Hamilton looks left for Jaden Washington, but that pass is broken up by Blanton Hill, and that's a turnover on downs. Good play, young man. Marshall immediately takes advantage. Designed run here for the Mavericks QB Alton Henderson as he bursts free before eventually being sent out of bounds around the 5-yard line. A huge pickup for Marshall. Henderson is fired up about it. Watch him smack his helmet. How about that? Mavericks at the Lobos' doorstep now. They're going to bust right through. Henderson floats it up for Russell Crawford. What a catch from the 6'5 senior. Mavericks got on the board first, and they lead at 7-0 in that first quarter. Now early in the second quarter, Longview trying to punch back. Handoff here to Caden Graves, but he meets the Marshall wall, and the ball's knocked loose. Mavericks Jordan Decker jumps all over it. We're going the other way. Still 7-0 Marshall early into the second quarter, but as y'all are about to find out, Longview came back in a big way in that second quarter, that second half. They take this one 20-7. The Lobos are 2-0.
I'm going to be honest with you. I was expecting a little bit higher of a score from Longview. Marshall defense coming up big on that one. I wonder what was stalling them. Sure, we'll hear about more of that later. Let's go to Wallflower Field. Vandals taking on the Pine Tree Pirates. Pine Tree looking to bounce back after a tough loss to Gilmer in week 1. Pine Tree quarterback Colton Croft rocking the 31, throws a dart to Rashad Wolford. Look at him, immediately sheds a tackle on the first down, brought down in Vandal territory. It's going to set up the handoff to Roger Attaway. Takes it up the middle, jukes the defender. He's going to make a move, finds some open field, goes into the end zone. Pirates up 7. Attaway, attaboy, following the drive. Van quarterback, eventually, hold on now, Raleigh Hinch. He's going to fake the give, take it himself, moves to the sidelines, just out of reach, and then boom! Hello, young man. Gets leveled by Boston Johnson, but Hinch going to get back up. That's his first drive. Same drive. Hinch in the shotgun, gets it himself, going to change directions, met at the goal line. He's going to put Van on the board. Look how fired up this man is. He ate it! Ah!
That's what I think he said.
I think you're right. Van takes this one 38-21. Pine Tree runs into 2 tough teams. I'm not out on Pine Tree yet.
No,
I think that's
not.
a good football team.
Absolutely. Good football team, great coach, great culture. They'll be all right. Let's go out to Gilmer, where it's halftime as the Buckeyes lead the Chapel Hill Bulldogs 20-7. We've been waiting on this game.
Yes, sir.
Chapel Hill comes out swinging with an onside kick. They did this last week, too. They're able to recover. The ball is dead where it was touched, but they have possession in Buckeye territory. First play, Bulldog quarterback Malik G takes the handoff and tosses downfield to DeMarcion Blaylock for 15 yards and a first down. And the band loves it, obviously. A few plays later, G is looking deep, and once again, it is Blaylock coming up with the catch. The extra point was missed, though, so the score is Buckeyes 20, Bulldogs 13. That's a stable connection right there. Next Chapel Hill possession is quarterback G sidearming a quick pass to the streaking Blaylock, who, there he is again, runs it in for the touchdown. The extra point is good this time. Score is tied at 25 minutes into the second half. But it don't count out the Buckeyes. Quarterback Zay Taylor drops a low snap and then winds up, tosses the ball deep into the waiting arms of Solomon Jackson, who carries it all the way to the 1-yard line. Very next play, Davion Horn runs it in. He finishes that one off. They would miss the extra point. A lot of extra points being missed in this one, but Gilmer leads it 26-20 at this point. Let's check out where they're at.
Oh, wow.
Wow, Chapel Hill. Okay, so Gilmer, we thought they, kind of had their mojo back after week 1, but they lose. They don't lose big, but they lose, by 2 scores
Hey,
here.
I'm pretty sure
41-26.
Chapel Hill came back in this one. I could be wrong.
No, you're right.
I'm pretty sure Gilmer was up pretty big.
It was
on Chapel Hill.
26-20, and there you go.
Look at that. Hey, Blaylock, man. Blaylock.
That's a
We might have just
connection right
found our
there.
player of the week
That's
next
like
week.
Matthew
Goodness
Stafford, Calvin
gracious.
Johnson, but a lot shorter.
Hey, how big is that? Off rip, onside kick?
Yep.
Come on now, you Sean Payton.
They're crazy for that.
Come on,
They're
man.
crazy for that. They were pretty
Come on,
last week,
Reardon.
too.
All
No
right,
mercy.
Reardon.
Yeah, no mercy from Jeff Reardon. All right, we love you, Jeff. We're going to toss it to a quick break. We got some more highlights coming up after this, so stick with us.
All right, welcome back to Late Night Under the Lights coverage gone wild.
Nothing like it.
Nothing like it. Hey, let's get it out, though. We still got some more highlights to get to you. Liberty Christian at Texas High, some Texarkana action. Second quarter, Liberty Christian quarterback Quinn Murphy rolls out, passes it, finds Luke Langford, who takes the ball all the way to the end zone. Ain't nobody around him. 21-10 Texas High is going to come, or just barely lead this one a little bit later after that score. A few plays later, Murphy drops back, passes the ball downfield, finds Cooper Witten, a little off-balance pass there. That one is going to get stuck behind some of the men, makes one man miss to grab it at his shoelaces. That one will find the end zone. 26-21 Liberty Christian now. Texas High up in Texarkana. That's a good football team. How good is Liberty Christian? In the third quarter, Murphy keeps the ball, moves a little closer to the goal line, goes ahead, I'm going to take it myself. He's going to go ahead and scoot once, make a business decision there. Yeah, get a little dancy. Liberty Christian is going to have to settle for a field goal after that one. Makes it 29-21 up in Texarkana. Big old T on the field. Big fan of that. But it looks like Texas High eventually took care of business there over Liberty Christian. 49-37 Texas High. Real high on our Fab 15 list.
Yep.
I anticipate them sticking around.
Yeah, I don't think they're going anywhere. But we're going to send things to Paris at Pleasant Grove. Pleasant Grove won big last week. They smoked Atlanta, shut them out. In the first quarter, the Hawks QB is going to hand it off to Marcus Floyd for a short gain on the field. That's going to be enough for a first down. On the next play, Hawks' Nick Bells is going to break loose, takes this ball all the way into the end zone for the first touchdown of the night. 7-0 Pleasant Grove leads. Like those jerseys, Jimmy. We talk a lot of jerseys on the show. I kind of like those gold jerseys.
I like the gold
In the second quarter, Hawks' Camden Harris throws a long pass to Jamarion Richardson in the end zone. They had it all working. The run, the pass, it don't matter. They were connecting. They were making it happen, folks. 14-0 Hawks after that play, and they just keep on keeping on. They take down Paris 24-7. Pleasant Grove, that is, beats Paris 24-7.
Come on, Dan. I'm not going to get mad about black and gold.
Nah,
From
never.
Colorado.
Oh, there you go.
Buffalo colors, baby.
gonna put that
Hey,
together.
check this out. Henderson, Liberty Ilo, Leopards looking to get back on the winning side of things, hosting Henderson, looking for their first win, and it was all Lions. Jesset Starling gets a scoring early on. He's going to run it up for the touchdown. 7-0 Henderson Lions, baby. Then the Leopards struggling on offense. Lions slowly march down the field here, taking the direct snap to Starling, and the outside gives no defenders even a chance. All of a sudden, it's 14-0 Lions. Now, not the most exciting highlight, but efficiency for the Henderson offense, finding pay dirt for his third touchdown of the night. Looks like the Lions really simplifying the offense there. They were locked in a crazy game last week where they went to overtime under Ricky Meeks, who's back at the helm for the Lions, back to winning for the Lions. He picks up his first win in his second tenure over in Henderson, over a Liberty Ilo team who maybe were misjudged a little bit coming into the season.
Perhaps. They were a Fab 15 team, but
they were a good team
weeks for
last
them.
year.
They were a really
That's
good team last year.
Two tough games
But
coming
hey,
out.
shout out Coach Meeks. It's the first, like you said, it's the first win of the Meeks era. This is from last night now over at Clyde Perkins Stadium. Grace hosting First Baptist. I know that Cougar was cooking, but they were cooking on the field too as the sophomore Braden Alexander is forced out of bounds, but he moves the chains. Then how about the freshman quarterback Slade Etheridge just muscling his way into the end zone. Extra point attempt would be blocked though, so Grace just up 6-0 after that play. Now First Baptist is going to go to work. QB Dylan Jones moves to his right, heaves it towards the sideline for Micah Foster. That's a big gain. That's a first down. Hey there, Micah. How you doing? In the red zone now, Jones gets this pass off quickly to Liam Silvestre, who fights through the defense to bring it in for a Saints touchdown. What a catch. First Baptist up 7-6 now on a potential top play contender. You'll have to stick around. Cougars go right back to work, though, and check out the pocket presence for the QB Etheridge. That's a freshman, people. Eventually, he lets it fly, hits Doak Porter, diving in for 6. That's a 40-plus yard connection for Grace's second tutty of the first quarter. Cougars are going to go for 2 here. Etheridge zips it to Elijah Hicks. That pass basically caught Hicks. Grace leads at 14-7 with less than 5 minutes to go in the first. However, the two-time defending state champs fought back in the end as Dallas First Baptist takes this one 42-35. But shout out to Grace. I mean, like we said, the back-to-back defending state champs and First Baptist, but they put up a fight and a strong one at that.
Hey, how about our CBS19 stream game of the week? Dangerfield at Tatum. I'm going to let myself take the call on this one. Motions his man. Takes a pitch. Who's got it? Number 0 in there for the touchdown. Brandon Howard. Man just subbed into the ball game. Run the flags. We got 6 for the Eagles. Tatum hands it off to McAllister. Stays on his feet. He's got a lot of room. Makes one man miss before being dragged down at the 5-yard line. Broughton stays on his feet after 2 blocks at his legs. Shoves off another man. He's pounding the ground after going down. Who is it? Moore getting some more into the end zone. There's the freight train. Play the horns. Looks downfield. He wants to pass. He's got no man. Green jersey instead. Number 6. The offensive line is settled a little bit in. As Isaiah wants a deep ball. He's got his man Carver wide open behind the defense. How about this? Dangerfield drops it to Tatum. That 41-30 score, not really a good depiction of how that game went. Tatum was just slowing down that Dangerfield defense, just winding them down, running the triple option to perfection.
And Jimmy, I just want to say, obviously you're the one calling those Thursday night games, but you're also the one working the camera.
Yes.
On that last highlight, I was very impressed. You're calling the action. You're also you're catching the pass at the same time. That was good.
Yeah, that's tough. It's scoreboard, calling the game, and running the camera. I'm
doing our
true
best.
Renaissance man over here, man. Hey, I wanted to bring it up, though. The future of quarterback over in East Texas is looking great. Kavian Bryant down in Palestine Westwood. This Grace kid really getting the job done. Then Kaysen over at Tyler Legacy. He's just a sophomore. All these kids younger. Kavian Bryant is a junior, man.
Yeah.
Bright future.
Next
out here
year,
in East Texas.
2 years from now, it's going to be, I don't know, it's going to be a QB battle every night.
You know why? That's why they call it East Texas.
They call it East Texas for a reason. All right, and speaking of that, we got top plays after this. Who was the beastest of them all? I don't know what I'm saying. We got the top plays after this. Stick with us. Hello, East Texas, and welcome back to Under the Lights Late Night Edition. Our time has almost run out, but Jamie, before we say goodnight to the good people of East Texas, we got top plays, we got score updates, and obviously we got to let y'all know where we're going to be at next week as well. But let's just hop right into these top plays. I can't wait any longer. I can't do it. All right, we got Arp here. Strong defense for both teams at the start of the first quarter. Arp Zane Bork with a handoff to Josh Smith. He takes off with it. Jordan Shepard tries to take him down, but not good enough. Tigers go up 7-0 on that top play.
Hey, check this one out. The handoff to Roger Attaway. Takes it right up the middle. Jukes the defender. He's going to have a lot of wide open spaces. Attaway, attaboy. He's fired up, baby. Give him the handshake.
A lot of green grass in front of him on that play. All right, where are we going now? We got Gladewater here. A few plays later before Hess takes a low snap and tosses it out to Aubrey Floyd, who makes a couple nice moves and takes this one in from 25 yards out.
Hey, check. Yeah, I like this one a little bit better than that one. How about Kaysen Gray scanning the field, looking like Peyton Manning before finding his man, TK, over the middle of the field. Lions fans, they were getting waved goodbye there by my man, TK Brown.
That's tough. That's tough in a rivalry game. We go to our site game here. Marshall at Longview. Mavericks at the Lobos' doorstep. They'll bust right through Henderson. Floats it up for Russell Crawford. What a catch from the 6'5 senior. Used all 6 feet 5 inches of him to get that play. Mavericks lead at 7-0 after that.
Hey, give me a truth on this one. Right after the other guys just returned something, how about Logan Chambers getting all by himself in the open field, left, all the way into the end zone. Truth showing them what they can do as well in those maroon uniforms. He's fired up on that one.
good night to be a Tiger. Quarterback Zay Taylor here drops a low snap and then lines up and fires downfield into the waiting arms of Solomon Jackson, who carries it all the way to the 1-yard line. Couldn't quite find the end zone, but Jimmy, that's still a top play for Gilmore.
He heaved that thing.
He heaved that thing, and after the bad snap, too.
Yeah, I mean, I talked to a Gilmer kid, you know, at that passing academy, and I was like, this new quarterback, you know, tell me a little bit about him. He's like, this kid can hurl it. That's a rocket, man.
There we go. All right, well, Jamie, we got to check on some of these final scores. Why don't you help us out?
All right, let's take a look at them. From the biggest games of the night, busy night in football, Marshall, Longview, 20-7. Longview takes it. Kilgore beats up on White House, 49-14. Tyler Legacy, one-sided affair over Tyler High, 48-21. New Diana, what's going on in New Diana? They're losing to Gladewater. Gladewater looking good, 43-15. Chapel Hill takes it out, comes back over Gilmer, 41-26. Garrison, ARP is legit, 44-9. Edgewood losing to Troop, 47-35. Legacy Christian, Frisco Legacy Christian, 30 over Brook Hill, 28.
Moving right along here, some more tremendous games. Brownsboro takes down Jacksonville 34-27. Van tops Pine Tree 38-21. Lindale sneaks by Mount Pleasant 28-27. Texas High gets past Liberty Christian 49-37. Pleasant Grove keeps on rolling. They've only allowed 7 points all season long. They beat Paris 24-7. Henderson blows out Liberty Ilo 52-13. Tatum over Dangerfield 41-30. And last but certainly not least, Grace loses to First Baptist, and it was 42-35 in that one, I believe.
All right. Well, we had a lot to talk about, you know, this next upcoming week, about reflecting on week 2.
Of course.
But you know what? We got to look a little bit towards the future into week 3 for our next Under the Lights kickoff game. We're going to be heading to White House in Chapel Hill. Chapel Hill looking to continue dominating. They got White House, who just got dominated. They're going to look to flip the script on it. We'll have it all next week live from the stadium at 6:30, baby.
I was going to say, 2 teams coming into that one on different notes, we'll say.
Different, you're kidding me.
Chapel, like you said, Chapel Hill trying to continue to dominate, White House trying not to be.
And we'll get a lot. We'll dig into Chapel Hill a lot, because I'm sure we'll hear from Blaylock a little bit later on in this week.
Okay, all right, a little teaser, folks. All right, how about that? Well, thank you so much for sticking with us and tuning in to Under the Lights tonight. Make sure you catch us on CBS19 Plus. You are right now. We're live, we're local, we're always on here. We're always on here. Download the CBS19 Plus app for free on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. Thank y'all again for tuning in. We'll see you next week.